Hola mis queridos, ¿cómo estás, mi amo Alicia? Hello my kittens, how are you? My name is Austin, and today we're playing Nancy Drew Mobile Mysteries Ghosts of Thornton Hall. I am a little bit ill prepared at the moment. Okay, here we go. I've been having technical difficulties for like the past 10 minutes. I have no idea what's been going on with Zoom. Or at least the website. I could not get it to work. I had to use the actual app on my computer. The actual heck. Anyway, I am super excited about today. Hopefully we'll be able to complete the entire game. If not, we will have one more weekend of Nancy Drew Mobile Mysteries Ghosts of Thornton Hall. If you are actually wondering what the difference is between the Mobile Mysteries and the desktop Mac system, basically it is the I guess bonus edition feature, because basically we get the phone charms and the phone charm achievement with it, whereas with the PC and Mac system game you can get the bonus edition. There is a way to get it, although I'm not going to say how, just because it's basically kind of a hack the planet kind of thing. I'm not going to go into details, but if you want to learn more about that, please check out the playlist. Not the playlist. Please check out my channel. I have played the PC system of the game on my channel before, so go ahead and check that out. But check that out after you've watched this video, of course. So, basically, there's also one other feature that makes this a little different from the PC Mac system game, is that the fast combo feature is automatically part of the game. Yeah, and if you're actually wondering what the fast combo feature is, it's the two little yellow arrows that are beside the dialogue for when Nancy is talking to someone. You're able to click on that to skip the dialogue of either Nancy or the person she is talking to at the current time, which is pretty neat. It's helpful for when you just want to skip the dialogue of the story, skip the story of the game, I should say, and you just want to do the puzzles and all that jazz, or if you want to do a speed run and skip all that sweet stuff, just do all the puzzles, the brain stuff. Of course, I do want to mention a couple of things before we get into the game. There will be a side note of some that's more of a health warning. Hopefully something within the game will happen so that I can bring it up. If not, well, I won't be able to mention it. Other things that I do want to mention is that this particular game, Mobile Mysteries Ghosts of Thornton Hall, it is a mobile game, as clearly stated in the title. It requires iOS 7 or later, and you do get an hour's worth of free gameplay. After that, no matter where you are in the game, with the gameplay or the story, you have to buy it with the price of $5.99. Pretty affordable, pretty cheap, in my opinion, compared to the popular games that you normally find through the App Store, whether it's Apple product or Android or Samsung or whatever phone company that is in line with your phone plan company. And I do mean phone plan company, because there are differences. There's a difference between phone plan company and the company that makes the phone. There are differences. Oh man, I've had my fair share of it. Hang on a second, I need a drink of water. Alright, so I do want to mention Her Interactive bases all of their Nancy Drew video games, except for one, which is Sea of Darkness. That is an original. But all of them except for that one are based off the Nancy Drew book series. The book series has been going on since 1930. In about 9 years, it will be 100 years for the book series, which is pretty sweet. Pretty swick awesome. Swelegant, I should say. I'm trying to bring that word back. Swelegant. Alrighty, dighty. So, this particular game is based off of Nancy Drew Girl Detective Uncivil Acts. I would go into detail about the subtitle Girl Detective. It's a bit of a nuance. It's basically about the binding and the cover art as well when it comes to the Nancy Drew book series. But we're already like about 6 minutes into the video, and I really want to get into the game, get as much gameplay as possible. So, if you want to learn more about that, please check out my previous videos of Nancy Drew Mobile Mysteries Ghost of Thornton Hall, because I have ranted quite a bit about it. I want to make sure everyone knows that all the different bindings of the Nancy Drew book series are not canon. And I actually go pretty descriptive in the previous video about how about the differences between canon and not canon. It is a bit of a pet peeve of mine, only because people who love Nancy Drew believe with a passion that the entire series is canon, when in actuality it is not. They do not understand the differences between the different bindings, and that with each binding it's not canon with the previous binding. It's very frustrating. Anyway, I will actually be able to talk more about this book at the end of the video, hopefully, if there is enough time. But I want to try to get as much gameplay as possible just to try to get to the end of the game, because once we're done with Nancy Drew Ghost of Thornton Hall, we're going straight to Stardew Valley. Heck freaking yeah! We're going to be playing Stardew Valley twice a week after this. I love it. Alright, so I do want to note that the book came out March 2005, and I can't quite remember when the PC Mac system game came out, but I do know that the mobile game came out April 2014. In my opinion, that's pretty fast. Pretty fast. So I highly suggest you check out the game, but I think, well, I shouldn't say highly suggest. I am going to play the game once on my own free time once I am done with it on the channel, just to make sure that y'all are getting your money's worth, because I have been getting a lot of glitches and crashes and stuff like that while playing it on the channel. I want to make sure that it's actually because of the recording and not because of it being the game itself, you know. So let's go ahead and get into the chaos of Nancy Drew Mobile Mysteries Ghost of Thornton Hall. And yes, I've said it multiple times. Ooh, okay, so we are basically towards the end of the game. This is one of the end game puzzles. We're trying to turn on the generator. Let's actually go ahead and open the task list. Getting organized, the task list tracks your objectives. To mark a task done, tap on the checkbox. Tapping question mark gives you a hint for that task. The journal keeps notes of observations relevant to the case. So the question mark is actually the hint system.
Still have to can't check that. That's
and
that's
that hint
done.
system is
That's
actually
done.
something
Did that.
new,
That's done.
relatively to.
Can't check that off yet. That's done. Check. Still have to do that.
Wait, missing portrait? What missing portrait?
Still have to do that.
Find tombstones that were uncovered in Clara's portrait. Wait, we already found that. What the? Woman, we are not going through that again. Okay, so with this, you actually have to go. You have to. With this being a mobile game, of course, you have to touch the screen. And with this generator puzzle, you actually have to touch next to the ball, and instead of dragging it like you do in the PC Mac system game, which is a little bit challenging. Okay. So I want to bring this down. I messed that up, didn't I? Um, oh, now I remember. Now I remember. It was this way. Hmm. I do not remember. Well, this is unfortunate. Because I know. That's what it was. I'm freaking slow sometimes. Alright, there we go. All of that to bring that piece back down. There we go. That was the part that I do remember. Ah! This part. There we go. Booyah. Booyah! Generator turned on. Frustrating as heck. I cannot see. Okay, that's better. Alrighty. Okay, so we're in the crypt. We're missing something. Gosh dang it. It is frustrating me that I'm missing something. Okay, so he's not there. Let's see if Colton is back. I'm kind of confused as to what I'm supposed to do now.
I think it's time I tell you about that thing I
Oh,
forgot.
thank you.
The night of the fire. I was there. I found Charlotte leaving the crypt. She was really upset. I must have said something to her because she came over to me. I could tell she wanted to say something. But it was like someone took her voice. She gave me this big hug and ran off. And she gave me this. I think she wants me to give this to you.
Ooh, a piece of paper. Whoa! Dig behind the next symbol in the sequence. These look really weird. I can see two M's, I can see a heart, I can see clover, I can see, I guess, a boulder? Of course, oh, F off. I know what it is. Of course, I also see something else. Do you?
I wish I had known what to do that night. I wish I could have saved her.
You were just a kid.
Yeah, and I acted like a kid and ran away. And I hid. I closed my eyes and wished with all my might that someone would make everything all right again. I never told anyone this, but I think I saw someone else there. The fire wasn't an accident. And now, I'm afraid whoever did it took Jess.
Aw, poor Colton.
What do you think of Clara?
She's just a little severe until you get to know her.
And then?
I wouldn't know.
Right? She does seem a little tough to get to know. You're holding something back. Holding something back. Psh. Oh,
You're
whoops,
holding something back.
So what if I am?
Oh, come on.
Don't want to go in the house? Don't blame you.
Yeah.
Why is Lexi so important?
I've always felt a little out of step with the world. When I met Lexi, it's like everything snapped into place. I don't know how else to put it.
And it wasn't the same with Jessalyn?
I do love her, but not in the way I tried to. Jess is my best friend, and always will be. If she ever comes home, and if she ever forgives me.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain she feels the same way, Colton.
See you later.
Bye.
Cause in the previous video, didn't she say she wanted the best for him and Lexi? Okay, so we are going back. Was it this way? Yeah. Cellar. Duh. Okay, Harper's gone. Spin me right round, baby, right round. That song will always pop in my head whenever I see that. Okay, so this is a motion sickness warning, because I am aware that people do get quite sick just by spinning around in this room. So see this gas-lit furnace over here? Yeah, that's going to cause some problems. It already has, actually. Okay, so let's look at this paper. We want to find the next symbol correct. The correct symbol, I should say. So, we see an M, we see a heart, we see clover without the lines in the middle. We see an M with a line through it, and we see a boulder with no rope in the middle. And I'm just saying that because I already know the answer. But if you don't see it, let me point out that the first one in the first row, the first column, kind of cut it in half vertically. Doesn't it look like 2 ones? Now do the same with the rest. Don't they look like a 2, and maybe a 3, a 4, and maybe a 5? What would 2 6s look like? That was a 9. Oh, there it is. Frickin' heck.
Found something.
This touchscreen, I am just not used to it.
Cool, a hidden safe.
Alright, so this is the monster puzzle that I was referring to when it comes to this big baby. Align the notches to the outside levers, then lock the levers according to the following. Oi.
I bet there's a sequence to push these in.
I bet there is. So let's put these pieces, let's slide these suckers in first. Gotta match them. This one's gotta go up here. I did not do it. So, what other... This doesn't make sense. I thought I had it. Of course, I'm gonna... upward right to upward left. One, two, three, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, no, I do need to get that piece in the correct spot. What about the down one? One, 2, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2. I do need to get that one in the correct spot too. Dang it! Is it terrible that I want to cheat? Frustrating. Okay, so let's just go ahead and um two. Here we go. Okay. I hate that I cheated there, but I really want to get this. We are cutting it close to the end. I really want to talk about the book. Because I know how lengthy it is for me to talk about it. You know what? I'll go ahead and solve this bit. Just because I know I know it'll be set the next time we play. So 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. 1, 2, whoops. 2, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Whoops. So that means I did this wrong. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 1, 3, 3, 4, 5. There we go.
If this is what Clara was trying to keep hidden, I think she's the one who started the fire that night.
Codicil to last will and testament. I, Charlotte Ann Thornton, a resident of the county of Chatham, state of Georgia. Oh, so we're in Georgia. Do hereby declare this to be a codicil to my last will and testament, dated April 16, 1988? Seriously? Why does it have to be that year? My birth year is cursed. I changed said last will in the following manner. Oh. I revoke Section 3A of my will pertaining to the distribution of my estate. I give, devise, and bequeath to Clara Olivia Thornton, a resident of the county of Chatham, state of Georgia, 100% of my estate, property, and effects. In place of this revoked provision, I substitute the following. I give, devise, and bequeath to Harper Shelby Thornton, a resident of the county of Chatham, state of Georgia, 100% of my estate, property, and effects. In all other respects, I confirm my will dated April 16, 1988, in witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand. This 29th day of October 1989, Charlotte. The foregoing instrument was signed on this date by Charlotte and Thornton in our presence, and she declared this as her first codicil to her last will and testament. We herein to sign on. Okay. So, Avery Skitter, residing. So, who the heck is Avery Skitter? And who the heck is Marshall Winston? Like, why does she choose those two? Why does she choose those two?
Fire? Oh, I'd better get out of here.
And that is actually where we're going to stop. That is basically the start of the ending, but I really think I should wait for that to be the last video, just because I know that the Nancy's farewell letter is going to be pretty lengthy. Oof. Not to mention, we're going to have a big decision to make when it comes to the ending. So, and I really want to talk about that when that decision comes. So, anyway, that is basically it for today. I know I'm basically over time, but this basically gives me enough time. Since I'm over time on saying goodbye, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the book, which again is Nancy Drew, Girl Detective, Uncivil Acts. And I'm just going to go ahead and read the description of the book rather than describing the book myself. And here it goes. A Civil War reenactment should be fun, right? Not in our town. It feels like war fever's taken over. The tension started to build when we all chose sides. Confederate and Union sympathizers never did mix. And if that wasn't enough to heat things up, someone started to secretly dig large holes in the battlefield. Pretty odd and very suspicious. Is someone waging a little war of their own and trying to cheat? And if so, the bigger question is why. Yeah, pretty crazy. So the reason why this description sounds like it's first person is because the whole series of Nancy Drew, Girl Detective is in first person narration. Pretty swickin' sweet. Pretty Swelegant. I love that freaking word, Swelegant. If you want to know why I'm using the word Swelegant, please check out the movie High Society. It may be a really old-fashioned film, and may be quite judgmental as well, stereotypical, but it is such a good film. It has so many good actors and really good talented singers as well. Basically, the actors that are in it are famous singers, really. And if you don't recognize them as famous singers, you're out of your time. They're basically out of your generation, basically, if you're not familiar with these people. And I'm not going to mention their names just because I want to make sure you watch this movie. Oh man, high society, high society, high society. Alright, I'm blabbering. Anyway, Uncivil Acts is actually a really good book. I highly suggest you check it out. By the way, that ghost, or that smoke that we saw right before we kicked out of the game, that was basically coming from the furnace. I assume. Bad. So, if you actually want a copy of Uncivil Acts for yourself, a free copy, mind you, you can get a free copy. And you can get a free copy from archive.org, or rather openlibrary.org. It's the same business. Internet Archives. Internet Archives has two different websites. Both basically are the library database. Archive.org is more of a metadata archive database, I should say. You can still find books there, but they also have like audiobooks. They also have textbooks. Just a whole bunch of different things that you can find, and they're from like different libraries around the country, from like different universities, different genres, different types of libraries, even around the world, if possible, is pretty cool. But openlibrary.org has a much bigger database and has a lot more Nancy Drew books than there are with than archive.org does. But the link that will be in the description box below is the exact link that'll take you to Uncivil Acts precisely, which is pretty Swelegant, if I do say so myself. So I believe that is going to be it for today. If you are actually wondering about Internet Archives, I actually found out about them a couple years ago when I was trying to find a copy of the book for a club that I'm in on Facebook. Actually, haven't been on Facebook in over a month, just because I've been so focused on the mobile games that I play on my iPad. But I am in a club, 2 clubs to be exact, but both clubs are basically Nancy Drew based. This specific club is Nancy Drew Weekly Game Club. We basically play a game, the Nancy Drew games, but we also read the books that the games are based off of as well, which is pretty sweet. And as far as I know, we've also been lately we've also been watching movies or shows that are related to the books or even games that we read or play, which is pretty nice. Alright, so I am realizing the time. I gotta get going, everyone. I love you all so much, my beautiful kittens and viewers. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope I helped you out in this video at least a little bit. If not, I'm not doing my job. And I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. If so, smash that like button like a kitten would. And if you're just now tuning into this channel and you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that red subscribe button. Make it that beautiful gray, as well as that bell icon right next to it. That'll notify you of all the videos that I do, which are on Wednesdays 6 p.m. Central and Sundays 4:30 p.m. Central. I hope you all have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. I am Sweet Rascally Rabbit, saying goodbye. Stay awesome and stay on YouTube! Yowza! Where am I going with this? I mean, this is almost 39 minutes. What the actual heck? I'm crazy.